I'm calm now, guys. I swear. I'm sorry for losing my marbles a little bit. Calm right now, because god damn it, Joe Gibbs Racing. I cannot believe you actually did this and actually interfered with my god. Last night, but I'm calm. I've slept, okay? I'm rejuvenated. And Joe Gibbs Racing is probably gonna be ticked off, because I'm telling you, this is, it's gonna be a bad week for them, I think. I think Tuesday or Wednesday of this week is not going to be very fun when NASCAR brings out the hammer, the almighty Thor's hammer, and just smacks them in the face with it. It's gonna be quite interesting. Happy Monday, everyone. This is gonna be like a part 2 of the race review, because obviously, as you know, if you haven't seen the video last night, which a lot of you have already and you saw me lose my mind, I couldn't really talk about it. I already had the video made, and then that news broke as soon as I finished editing, was about to render it, and I just I didn't know what to do. So here we are today. We're going to actually talk about this a little bit more, go, a deep dive into it, basically a race review part 2, into what is going on essentially with Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. They were disqualified last night from the race. Denny Hamlin obviously won, and then it was about 2.5 hours after the race ended where the DQ came into place. And this is the first time since 1960 that the race winner in a NASCAR Cup race has been disqualified. So this is a very, very big deal. Correct me if I'm wrong, please, in the comments down below. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure how post-race inspection works is that first and second place have to go do post-race inspection, and then NASCAR chooses one random car or 2 random cars, whatever it might be. I think it is 1. They choose 1 random vehicle to then inspect. I'm not sure if Elliott's car went through inspection, since when Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin failed, then obviously Elliott's car probably had to be inspected, but it's not like every car in the field goes through post-race inspection. If you finish 25th, NASCAR is not going to waste their time going through post-race inspection. But yeah, so the correct me if I'm wrong on that. I do think it's the top 2 finishers and a random. Just correct me if I'm wrong on that. And so the top 2 failed. Chase Elliott then wins the race. And so what we're going to talk about today is basically the fallback on that. The playoff standings are different now. That's changed. Elliott's gotten even more playoff points, and so we'll talk about that. Want to give a shout out to all the Patreon members as always for supporting the channel. You guys are the best as always. This week is going to be busy. I'm moving next week, so I'm going to try and record as much content as possible this week. So it's going to be a lot of content being uploaded this week and being recorded for next week. So that is going to go on this week. So let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into like the whole Denny Hamlin Kyle Busch situation, let's look at the playoff standings, because this is actually really important. Since Hamlin and Busch got DQ'd, it changes the playoff standings a little bit, and we'll get into that in a second. Because you might see like, it's not that different. Denny Hamlin just doesn't get playoff points, and you know, Kyle Busch doesn't get the playoff point for the stage win. Well, now Ross Chastain won that stage in stage 2 since Kyle Busch got DQ'd, and Denny Hamlin obviously doesn't get the 5 playoff points. That goes to Chase Elliott. So you can see right here in the standings that Elliott has 20-40 in the projected playoff. That means he has 40 playoff points right now. And the reason, well, not right now, but basically, if you add the 15 regular season championship points that he is likely to get, that is where the 20-40 comes. So you could just do math in your head. You get 4 wins, that's 20. You have 5 stage wins, that's 25. And then you add 15 for the regular season championship, which is why they have it at 20-40. Ross Chastain is there as well with 2 wins and 4 stage wins. And then the regular season, he's currently 2nd in the regular season points. So he gets a little bit of points as well at 20-24. You can look at someone like Ryan Blaney right now, who's 3rd in the standings right now, but he is going to be at 20-13 right here, because he's 3rd in the standings. He would probably like to finish 2nd and or win a race at the moment. That is something that he needs to do, because there are no wins. What the DQ doesn't really change at this moment is Kevin Harvick, and where's Truex? I think Truex is right here. Truex Jr. as well with 0 wins. Let me see if I can find the normal standings sorted by points. Is that what I'm looking for? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, well, I can't find it. But basically, Truex Jr., Ryan Blaney, they are, if you think about the playoff standings, they're kind of at the bottom, so they have a 1, and Kevin Harvick is on his way out. Now, this is very important to look at. So Denny Hamlin, at this very moment, has 443 points. So if we organize that, right, where is Denny Hamlin? 21st in the standings, okay? Let's see the gap he has to 30th of Ty Dillon, 443 to 294. That is over 150 points. So even, and the reason why we're talking about this is because expect a hefty penalty, guys. The race winner has not been DQ'd in over 60 years. Okay, so this is going to be a penalty, and it's gonna be a bad penalty. So let's look at the rank again. Let's look at Denny Hamlin's playoff points, correct? Projected playoff points with 2 stage wins and 2 wins. He is at 2012 at the moment. Expect that to be just gone, okay? He's probably that team is probably going to get docked playoff points. Now, how many playoff points, we don't know. But this penalty is going to hit hard because, you know, basically, let's go to actually Bob Pockrass's Twitter. And you know what? Everything I just said about penalty might be wrong because Bob Pockrass just says here that NASCAR took the cars back to R&D, so there could be additional penalties, but they're feeling Sunday night is the DQ would be it, which has points, money, and playoff point implications. Now, that actually surprises me. They couldn't DQ Brad's car because of the race weekend ends at the track. That actually surprises me. So Bob is thinking that the DQ is enough. So you get, which in my opinion isn't. I don't think it is. Brad's penalty was pretty severe. And if you think about Brad's penalty, that was more of a hit than what Denny Hamlin's natural DQ penalty is, because you essentially lose 5 playoff points and you lose about 40 points, something like that. But we're talking about a car that was DQ'd for the race win. And let me add to that. Let me find his tweet about what was the issue. So right here, Bob says that NASCAR on the 11 to 18 cars, the part was a front fascia material that material somewhere it should not have been. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what a front fascia is, but essentially they had to take the wrap off of the car, and they saw this material on the front end of the car that shouldn't have been there. And my thought process here is, well, if you see that material that they unwrap the car, right, and that material is there, it's not like that happened on accident. Okay, you don't just just put that material there and it's like, oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I'm so sorry. It was by accident. We didn't mean to do it. No, I mean, there must have been some sort of intent there. And usually when there is intent, NASCAR is not happy about it. So we're going to have to wait and see Tuesday and Wednesday Bob's opinion and feeling, and he is way more informed than I am. I don't know anything. He thinks that that's probably going to be it. In my opinion, I don't think that's going to be it. I think there's going to be more, because right here, the reason why this car failed, there had to be some sort of intent of trying to find a little bit of an advantage, and when that happens, NASCAR usually brings down the hammer pretty hard. So we're gonna have to wait and see Tuesday and Wednesday and what happens there, because Denny Hamlin can easily head into the playoffs with no playoff points. It's a possibility. Same thing could happen with Kyle Busch if they decide to dock playoff points on them, but we'll see how that ends up. Now, what this won't do is it won't really affect that bubble line of Ryan Blaney, Truex, and Harvick, because the situation remains the same. Kevin Harvick needs to win, okay? He is about, I think it's like 80, he's at 571 if we actually organize the points. You can see it. So Ryan Blaney's at 676, Truex is at 654, and Harvick right here is at 571. These are all drivers with 0 wins. You can see 0 wins, 0 wins, 0 wins. So you have to think about, if we reorganize the playoff standings, this is the bubble of Blaney, Truex, and Harvick. Truex right now is on the bubble, but realistically, with 5 races left at 654 versus 571, Kevin Harvick likely will not catch Martin Truex Jr. Unless Truex has multiple DNFs and just really bad luck, and Harvick absolutely just obliterates consistency with stage wins and a lot of points in the stages and top 5s and stuff like that. He's not going to catch up unless those 2 things happen, which means the situation remains the same with Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick has to win. He could have won yesterday. Remember that at the end of the race, when Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin got into it and it encountered or involved Kevin Harvick, Harvick was essentially running third at that time. It was Chase Elliott who got around that wreck very luckily, then ended finishing third. If that wreck doesn't happen, or let's just say Harvick doesn't get caught up in it, it's very likely Harvick actually had the speed in the car to end up finishing third, and in hindsight, with the disqualifications, he would have been able to win that race and then most likely lock himself into the playoffs. So that one incident between Denny Hamlin and Ross Chastain that involves Kevin Harvick, in hindsight, is a massive, massive deal, because, you know, it wouldn't have been Chase Elliott who won. It would have been likely Kevin Harvick finishing in third who would have won the race. And that would have really, really changed up the playoff standings, and that puts Truex below the cutoff line with Ryan Blaney, who's third in points at the bubble. Since that didn't happen, the situation kind of stays the same. So when you think about it in hindsight, just how crazy this whole situation is, it makes the final 5 races actually, for me, very entertaining. Again, I would love to see the playoffs get narrowed down to 12 drivers, but even with 16, to have drivers of the caliber of Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, and Truex Jr. at the bubble, this is what I want to see, and it's going to make Daytona very interesting if the 3 of them cannot win a race. But with 5 races remaining, I think it is, I mean, one of them have to win, right? Like, one of them have to. You would not expect Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, and Truex to not win a race. It's probably going to happen. Like I said before, the situation with Chase Elliott doesn't really change. He's still going to be the #1 seed. But what this kind of gift does for him is that in case he does have a bad race or two in the later rounds of the playoffs, those 5 extra bonus points will always come in handy in case he needs to use a mulligan race. We saw that with Kyle Larson last season when he had so many playoff points. So if Chase Elliott can enter the playoffs, he currently has 2040. If he can enter the playoffs with 2050, right? And then basically, you know, you have to look at, actually, let's go back to the standings. You can see here, it's not even just about playoff points. We have Chase Elliott at 2040, right? But what's the key here? If we organize it by the projected playoff points, if he's at 2040, which of course it's not as much as what Larson was last year, but look at the difference. There's only, no one else has 3 wins. It's 4 wins for Elliott, 2, 2, 2, 2. It's all 2 for everyone else. And look, the majority of the drivers from basically third on, remember, you only need to be in the top 4 to make the final 4. 2016, 2015, 2015, 2013, 2013, right? So not many guys are going to have that many playoff points, and realistically, Chase Elliott at 2040 or possibly more is going to have a 25 to 30 point gap over 4th, and that is the difference, because you just have to get to 4th. It doesn't matter if you're 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. It just matters that you, in terms of points, you get into the top 4. Chase Elliott can easily not win a race in the final 8 and point his way in to the round of 4 championship race, which is why this is a big deal for Chase Elliott, and he basically just got gifted 5 extra points. Everyone else, it's going to be an absolute bloodbath. 2016, 2015, 2015, 2013, 2013, 2012, 2010, 2009, 2007, 2007, 2007, 2007, 2006, 2006. From basically the 16th spot on the grid to 3rd is separated by 10 points. The round of 16, the round of 12, and the round of 8 will be a bloodbath because there is not a lot of separation in terms of everyone. So this is going to be very, very crazy. And again, we will come back on Tuesday or Wednesday to see what happens with good old Denny Hamlin, who, oh, that I didn't mean to click on it. Date of birth, 1980. Wow, you are old as hell. But we will see what happens with Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. Will they incur more penalties? That's going to change things up. And now I am actually excited for this playoff situation. Elliott's kind of just going to go off and do his own thing, but everyone else is just going to be really jockeying for position. And so this is where I'm going to leave it to you guys. Comment down below, what did you think about the DQ, how it affected the drivers, and what do you think is going to happen in the last 5 races? Which one of Blaney, Truex, and Harvick are going to miss out? Because one of them will miss out. So which one will, what is it going to be? Who will miss out on the playoffs? Comment down below, let me know, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram if you are not already. Warning, my Instagram really just consists of me celebrating Arsenal or crying about Arsenal and my dog. I don't know if that's what interests you, but I don't post about NASCAR on Instagram, so just letting you know. If you want more NASCAR stuff, that'll be on my Twitter, but again, I will be posting about Arsenal. Don't yell at me, okay? This is what I do. Hopefully everyone has a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.